guys, for the last of our weekly show before moving to a monthly show format. But today, we're talking about park openings.
And we'll keep it pretty consistent. Zach, we'll make a decision. It'll either probably be the end of the month review or a month looking forward type show and discuss the previous month we just had. So
basically, no matter what, it'll be the same kind of show.
Yeah, keep it consistent. Consistency is key. How is everybody this fine Saturday? Happy Easter for everybody tomorrow who does celebrate Easter. Happy holidays.
Yeah, maybe I'll be a family or at a park. And then for me, I'll be doing the rest.
Don't mind me, you guys. I'm just in the process of doing dinner. But Zach, what's this week's topic?
So this weekend we're actually talking about the beginning of the 2023 season, park opening weekends.
That is our kind of weekends. Holy shoot! There is Zach. Zach is in the house.
Yeah, it's one of the few weekends I could make because I was just kind of working all weekend, so I wasn't doing anything fun.
Work was fun.
You actually working?
Yeah, pretty much 7 days a week these days.
Sorry, Zach. I'm at really an awkward height because I'm sitting here trying to do dinner and show and watch my dogs.
Yeah.
So,
it's all good.
Park openings.
Park openings. That's a crazy idea. Parks.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, this past weekend was Six Flags St. Louis opening weekend. And I believe it also Great West of Doral. And we're actually going to have a surprise guest coming on here that I just invited in the past 30 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't even know. How about them apples?
No, is that Mr. Six?
So
yeah, but it's kind of funny because living in Florida, it's kind of like we don't really have park openings or park closings. We just kind of
you have scheduled ride closures.
Oh yeah, but they don't really do that for the major rides. Really, that's ordinarily just for the mid-tier stuff or oh, sorry, I can go ahead.
See, I didn't know if I'm not from Florida. I've never lived in Florida. Visit Florida once every 10 years. I figured the big rides, they would at least shut them down maybe 1 week out of the year, or they would quietly send one train off at a time.
Yeah, see, basically, from what I understand, that annual maintenance is usually kind of for the trains, unless you're going to do something major painted or something. But in Florida, you just buy more trains. For the important rides, you'll just have more trains than you need. For Disney and Universal, they always have more vehicles than they need. But for BGT, for a park like BGT, for the major, the new rides, they're going to carry more trains than they need. But once it gets old enough, they might start putting it into maintenance. Like Cheetah Hunt used to never have annual maintenance because they would just have more trains than they need. But
I was gonna say, how many trains does Cheetah Hunt have? I know it's got to be 6+.
Probably 5. I'm assuming, because it can run. It can technically run 5, but it's extremely rare that it would do that. It usually runs 3 or 4.
I was gonna say when I was there last, they had 3 going that day.
Yeah, so I hate it when they do that because it's why run 3 trains when you double stack on that? You need to have the tandem loading to really justify that. But it's BGT. But I mean, it's definitely that's what basically sold me on how tandem loading is the best way to do it. You just the throughput is just so much better. But yeah, so if they're running 3, it means they're loading 1 at a time.
Yep.
And you just double stack every time.
Yeah, I know Montu and Kumba have 4 trains, so they can run 3 trains all year long if they wanted to.
Oh,
Kumba is the best.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's old information because they can barely run 2 trains on them now. Like they usually run 1, and if you're lucky, they'll run 2. Like it's kind of like it's an extremely rare occurrence to see 3 trains. It hasn't happened in a couple years.
Well, I mean, I was at Wisconsin Tampa a few years ago with Chris, and they were running 1 train a month too.
Yeah, that's a pretty like I feel like usually Monday through Friday outside of the breaks, that's what you're gonna see.
Yeah.
Would you like to hear an unpopular opinion?
What's that?
Cobra's Curse is pretty great.
Oh, yeah. I'm not a big fan. I find it pretty boring.
A lot of people do.
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people seem to like, even like I know a lot of enthusiasts like seem to like it for some reason, but I don't know. I mean, I think because I'm so close to Disney and Universal, I don't really consider that to be good theming. So, like, if they're trying to pass it off as like a themed ride, they're not really doing a great job with it. But I don't know. I'm also not a huge fan of the spinnies. Like, I know some people are, but
I love them.
Yeah, it's okay. No, I mean, I do like the spinnies on Time Traveler. Like that's one of the few rides I like it on. But for the most part, I'm just like I just want to pick a direction, guys.
See, I like the spinning because every time you ride a ride, even if it's a fixed spin, eventually you hit your max amount of different types of rides you can have. But if it's an unfixed spin, which I've had a few of those rides on Cobra's Curse, where my thing goes woof, 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 woof. To me, it's just a different ride every time, so it helps the ride not get boring.
Yeah. Now it's funny that I guess Guardians of the Galaxy, like they use a technology where it's almost like you're spinning, but it's not, where it's completely controlled, and they decide where they're facing you. So it's almost like X2, where like in the middle of the ride, they're controlling your vehicle.
Okay, so let's jump back on the topic here. Parks opening. Zach, where are you going to be next weekend?
Kings Island.
Probably working.
Well, I know you got to work. You're a very busy man.
Yeah, well, by then it might slow down. It's just going to depend on how hard it hits. Like, I mean, in theory, we should be slowed down at that point, but if we're not, we might be a little screwed.
Hey, that's good though. That means the hours make money.
Yeah, and also, I mean, should be a little. I mean, I don't know. It's probably gonna be pretty busy for a while. Because I don't know. It's just like everything's just kind of out of control with the industry, and everyone's working long hours. But
I feel you on that. We're on a 9-month back order on brass.
Oh, on brass. So what is it that you do?
I do excavating.
Okay.
I push dirt around. I take dirt from one spot and put it in another spot, and then put some pipe in the ground, maybe.
Okay. So is there a supply chain issue with dirt or something?
No, there's a supply chain issue with brass.
Oh, okay.
We do a lot of water lines, and you can't get your pipe, you can't get your brass fittings for your water lines. So
that's cool.
But
See, my dog's better, and I get paid to drive a truck and spray chemicals.
oh, I get paid to drive around and go, yep, that's ready to go. We can work on it. But back off work, back to coasters. Stay on topic.
Yes.
Oh yeah. So I mean, like once tax season passes and everything, I'll be back to my normal self where I'm like going to parks. I mean, like I've been going to parks some, but like seriously, like traveling and stuff like that.
Yeah, which for us up here in the Midwest and the northern part of the United States, we're just now, our parks are starting to now open. We have Kings Island opening next weekend. I think Great America the following weekend, which my wife and I will be at. Mm-hmm. Michigan's Adventure. You got Kings Island, or not Kings Island. You have Kentucky Kingdom, Holiday World, and Indiana Beach all opening up in May.
Oh, May. Okay.
Yeah.
So they're
I don't.
For us down here, so
I don't quote me on Kentucky Kingdom. I haven't looked to see what their
I
opening
believe
day
it's
is.
May. I checked up on it. I believe it's May. But, I mean, like 2 weeks ago, Zula City opening weekend, which was phenomenal, by the way.
I know, Isaac. I'm jealous. We're ready to get back to Silver Dollar City. It has been way too long.
And I might need to go back in a few more weeks before hot open because trains reopened. So
I saw that.
Is it
Yes,
going to be
the
up right
train-
now?
Yes,
if
the train is up.
running,
Which I've read into the incident report, which I'm assuming Zach has
I did
too.
too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Basically, they need to not let everybody sit on one side of the train, and they need to keep up on their train maintenance because the bearings were
Yeah.
just too worn out on one side, so the trains were leaning.
Oh,
They-
okay.
There was even in the railroad itself, they didn't have enough beams, and it wasn't staked down good enough. So it's
and on
just
that too, Silver City is basically the only place that had a 2-foot track gauge like that with that big a train. So Dave said that you need to set guidelines for the 2-foot gauge track.
because there are no guidelines.
Exactly. So they have to know
So-
guidelines out and make it more strict on it. So
Yeah, and they
But-
should probably like be paying attention when they're grouping too, and because like when you fly, they're always very particular about saying that we need to have coverage for all areas of the plane. So they should probably
Yep.
be better about like mapping out where people need to sit and stuff.
And that's one thing the incident report did say.
Yeah. So
I mean, on a standard like 3-foot gauge line, that it's not a big deal because you have so much width to. About when you have that wide a train on that small track, gonna have balance issues.
Yes. Well, also when you stop halfway through to watch a show and everybody goes to one side of
Yeah.
the car, and not only that is people sit there for 30 minutes, so all that weight's just sitting on that bearing, pushing it down to its max for an extended amount of time, 15-20 times a day, if not more.
But because a train run, basically what? They run probably every 30-40 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe what they could do is they could change the show up so it rotates sides or something. Like where
That's,
maybe,
you can't.
Because,
well, I mean, they'd have to reconfigure like the area back there, but like they might be able to do it where they could like switch it off or something.
well, they would have to take down a lot of speed, which would probably make a lot of people mad. So yeah.
No, I just think that, like you said, Zach Lust, you just timeout. I'm with two Zach, so I'm just gonna say Lust and Fuller for the rest of the show. Lust.
Mhm.
I just think that they need to, like you said, control the seating and don't let people scoot over as much as they do, and make sure not to overload train car 3 itself, because that's right in front of where the characters stand. That's where everybody wants to sit.
I'd say that too. We can add counterweights to the other side of the train.
But the counterweights, hear me out, Mr. Fuller. If you do that, those counterweights, you would have to be able to set on and off, because when everybody's setting normal, the counterweights will then pull the train down on the left side the entire time. So you would have to. There's probably a way to adjust it so you can hit a button and those counterweights would then activate.
Yeah.
But that's out of I'm not an engineer.
Me neither.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they could also just rope off certain, like, if the train isn't going to be filled with every, like shoulder to shoulder in every row, they could always just rope off some rows and just require people to sit shoulder to shoulder, like, so people aren't scooting around and stuff.
Yeah.
They could figure it out. Yeah, but
which I think they have. Otherwise, I don't think the train would be up and going.
See, I know personally, anytime I ride, I'm always the first one in, and I will always sit on the right hand side.
Yep. But I like to sit train. I don't like to sit train 3. I like to sit train 4. But that's or a little bit farther back, because I like to talk to the conductor.
Oh yeah, especially on ZR.
Exactly.
So
actually, the whole train crew is great. Amanda, if she still works there, JR.
ZR, Kathy.
Yep, Kathy is wonderful.
So does Dollywood do a scene like that?
Nope. So you guys are not lucky. My wife just heard you bring up Dollywood's train ride. because I love Dollywood. Dollywood's a great park. It's not as great as Silver Dollar City, but it's a great park. But their train ride, for what everybody says, it's the best train ride in the United States. It is the worst train ride in the United States.
Okay, so it's the best train ride if you're a Steam fan, but if you go by entertainment, it's not the best.
I'm sure that you go up a hill, do a turnaround, and come back down. That is it.
Oh yeah,
that is all you do. There's no tiny cities like at Cedar Point. There's no halftime show like there is at Silver Dollar City. I mean, Kings Island even has a fort.
Oh yeah. Well, I appreciate when parks still have trains because like not every park has a train.
Okay, it is better than Indiana Beach's train.
Yeah, I mean, Holiday World's train's a little pathetic too. Doesn't really do a whole lot.
Holiday World
so
needs
it's
a real.
pathetic if the PA is broken, like loosely.
Holiday World needs a real train.
Yeah, but
they need a train that takes you from one side to the other.
Yeah, I kind of feel like trains aren't really something the parks put in anymore, though.
Yeah.
It seems like it was kind of a thing that they used to put in.
Yeah,
it's because it's too expensive now.
Right? Yeah, expensive, and it's also probably had to do with the fact that they probably didn't really have as many innovative rides back in those days, so they're kind of making do with shows and trains and water skiing and stuff.
That and I mean Dollywood was basically started because of their train ride. So that was the very first thing there was the train.
Yeah, and even Magic Kingdom's train isn't really that impressive because it's mostly surrounded by forestry, so you don't really see a whole lot.
Yeah,
Magic Kingdom has a train.
You do?
Yeah, it actually just reopened after being down for 5 years a few months ago.
Yeah, it did.
Wow. I never knew that.
Yeah, Magic Kingdom train, Inland train is more about being transport rather than actual ride itself.
Yeah, and also I guess just getting people on something instead of waiting in 2-hour lines.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Believe it or not, it does give, it does actually get a line. It gets a 15, 20, 25-minute line, which is unusual for those kind of trains, but that's nothing for Disney standards.
I'm cooking some burgers.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Oh, sorry, somebody asked.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But yes, I agree. I mean, I'm right there with you, Mr. Lust. I just think that, like you said, that back in the day, there weren't that many rides to invent, so trains were a good thing to put in. Back in the day, trains were extremely popular. I mean, people would just take trains with their families just for the fun of it from city to city. So,
yeah.
And it's also a people mover, like Mr. Fuller said.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel like trains aren't the most efficient way to get around a park. I think that the gondolas are a decent transportation option, but the trains are kind of a very slow way to get from one end to another.
I agree with you. I love how Busch Garden Tampa does it.
Oh, so what part do you like about it?
So I like how so you guys. It's been a few years since I've been there, but when we were there, I think it had multiple chances to get off and on, and it would drop you off at different places throughout the park. I think it was maybe three maybe.
Right. Okay. That's why I asked, because it technically has 3 stations, but they hardly ever use the one by Kumba. 99.9% of the time.
Sometimes it's closed, yes.
Yeah, almost all the time they're just using the one by Stanleyville and the one by more of the front of the park, whatever that station's called, the Nairobi station. Yeah, I think that's what they call it. But yeah, one thing that's good about the train is that it's one of the best ways to actually get a look at the Serengeti stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, but guess it arrived.
I also enjoyed how it went over the animals, and you gotta check the animals out. And
oh yeah, right. So it serves a pretty good purpose, especially because there's no safari anymore. Well, no, it's free safari anymore. Oh, hey there,
Yeah.
Matt.
Yo, what's going
Guys.
on?
What's up, Mr. Matt?
What's up, boys? Oh, what we talking about?
No, just
We're currently
PC
off
train.
topic, but it would be about opening day. We went to train, so yeah.
Wait, what's up?
So it would be about opening weekends, but then we got off track and went on trains. So
Yo, I'm bringing back.
off topic.
Yo, you guys remember this, dude?
Yes.
I'd break it out for your guys' special event you got going on here.
Yes.
I'm gonna have more made up very soon with our new logo.
Nice. I look forward to it.
Yeah, like the vibes, like this was like, oh yeah, why not? I'm like, I thought, wait a minute, retweet. Oh yeah, here, one list, still come on in.
Nice.
Oh, so do you want to get back to the topic of park openings?
Yes.
Sorry, we're really bad at this sometimes.
Yeah. So,
So,
couple weeks
I'll
ago, City, amazing as always. But last weekend was opening weekend for Six Flags St. Louis and Great Adventure. St. Louis opening actually went very well, and they had all but one coaster open, which was Boss.
Wait, they only had Boss was the only one not open?
Yeah, the boss was the only one not open.
Nice.
So I guess that's the theory behind why, like, this is like one of those magical times when this stuff opens. It's probably a spring break, I'm assuming, right? That
Bingo.
Yep. I know
Looks like it.
quite a few Six Flags plugs that have been open longer had a spring break, like Preston,
Mhm.
Texas, and I think over Georgia did it too, and Magic Mountain.
right, and like for the parks that feel like they're like too far north, like they're too far too north to really justify it. I guess they kick it out to May because they're like, yeah, we can't even. We're too cold even for spring break. We got to push this out.
Yeah.
So why was Boss closed?
I am not certain why, but I believe on Saturday it would mainly the temperature. Sunday I heard it closed as well, but I'm not sure why. It could be training, but who knows? But the fact that they had all but one coaster open was actually quite surprising.
Definitely 100%, especially because of Great Adventures opening last 2 weekends now.
Yeah, I heard that was quite oof.
Yeah, it's kind of like a staged opening.
It's pretty crazy. I've gone to a bunch of Great Adventure opening days, and this is by far just the worst. I mean, I'd say it was a good time still. It's just like I've never seen so many coasters closed from Great Adventure on an opening day. It's wild.
Well, it kind of makes a certain amount of sense. Like if El Toro is going to be closed for a while, like, it makes sense to just rope off that section and just direct people in the other section.
Which
Yeah,
do you know? Does anybody know what's going on with El Toro?
No, I saw them working on it. I will say from like the views I got of the track, it doesn't look like they've replaced a lot of track, which is pretty crazy. Like I thought with what happened, you'd think they would just go ahead and replace all the track, but they have definitely not done that. So
I guess I just got to hit it with the hammer a few times and then it'll be fine.
It's gonna be okay. Yeah, potholes gone.
Hey, that's the Six Flags kind of way.
100%. I mean, it doesn't.
Going down, they probably definitely do the probably like, oh yeah, the valley hit that area. But yeah, it's probably gonna be the high fence area they're getting replaced, and of course adding in more bases too, obviously.
Yeah, it's sad to see. I really wanted them to do something a little more extensive with El Toro, but it doesn't look like that's happening. So
yeah, right now I'm technically not allowed to talk about that ride because I should be going in August. I want to be open, so now I'll talk about it all.
I don't know. They haven't said anything. I have no idea.
To be honest,
I expect it to be open this year. So
if I'm going up all the way up to Great Adventure, it's for one ride.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
It's Jersey Devil.
Oh, crap. Okay. Jersey Devils was running amazing the other day. And it's crazy because you guys know we just did the Buzz Bars event. at Magic Mountain, which has the near clone.
Are you coming to Coasters and Hops?
We
Or Hops
really
and
want to.
Drops?
We really want to try and make that a thing this year.
It's
So
a
we'll
go.
see.
It's
We
a
will
good
be
event.
there.
Have you guys
We'll
gone
be-
before?
Zach
I have.
has.
Oh,
Yeah.
how was it?
It's really good. So it's definitely a fun event. And the park stayed open pretty late too. And once you guys go on pretty late, the lines die down.
Nice.
he said-
Okay. So it is busy.
The past 2 years, it's been walk on by the end of the night, according
Yeah.
to Mr. Zach.
Oh, wow. Okay. And they have a good amount of breweries there. Am I right?
Oh yeah.
Did
Yes,
I say like
so-
50 plus or something
Yeah,
like that?
Sun King has been to St. Benedict's. Oh yeah.
Which,
I saw there's a lot of breweries.
yes. And they're all really good.
I'm very excited. Yeah, I mean, we really wanted to go. Obviously, the last couple years, Indiana's not exactly easy to get to, but this year, yeah, we all-
Especially Monticello.
I mean, you really gotta find the basically Indy.
But no, to be honest, it's cheaper to fly into O'Hare
Yeah.
and drive down from
I was
O'Hare.
gonna say that's only
Yeah.
like 2.5 hours, right, or something like
Yeah.
that. Not like
Exactly.
flying.
And if Great America's open, you can hit. If you plan an extra day, you can hit that on the way out.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, I'm
like,
not gonna Great
I was
America
gonna
a good
say,
amount.
like,
I'll be going for Indiana Beach, which I've never been to. So
Yeah, like I was gonna
Uh,
say that, like for those hard to get to parks, like it makes sense to just group them into like a week long road trip or something. Like, don't try
Well-
to just fly in and out for like a day or two for those parks like that.
for sure.
Yeah, because you can knock out all the stuff in the area. And
I mean,
Well,
not to mention, people love to say Lost Coaster, best coaster ever.
It is pretty good, especially when you ride it backwards.
Really?
yeah.
Dude,
my
if
God,
you're
dude.
If you're in the best place ever and you ride that thing backwards, you have the best time of your life.
Yes. You gotta ride Lost Coaster backwards and be the only person in your row.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I mean, please, that was his list.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind. I'm excited to ride it.
It's amazing.
But is it Cornball Express? That's supposed to be like.
Oh
the
yeah,
ride, right?
definitely good too.
well, they
So-
got Steel Hog too, which is
Oh, yeah,
like an Alan
Steel Hog.
Schulte.
And hopefully this year, Triple Loop.
Wait, what?
Oh, what was that?
Triple Loop.
Oh, Triple Loop.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude. If that actually opens this year, honestly, I think that would be the most impressed I was from any opening like this year because it doesn't look like that's opening anytime soon. I know it's all built and stuff, but
I say by midsummer into summer.
oh, you really think it's
They
gonna open this
actually
year?
finally built a station building for it, so
Yeah. They're
Oh,
working
are
on
you
the station.
serious? Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're working on the station right now. Once they get the station done, if the trains are completely done, they'll put the trains on the track. I believe they'll also work on the electronics at the same time. Once both those are done, they'll start testing.
Wow, if that actually opens, that will be exciting. Oh my god. That's crazy.
and I mean they already have the Leaflet on it too at one point, so it's definitely a good sign.
Hey, Matt, click on the chat button on your right side of the screen.
The chat button. Okay. The chat with everyone in studio. I got you back.
That's how great cornball is.
No way.
I
No
mean,
way. That's
you
crazy.
literally go from this to this, boom.
What? Okay.
So
it's like,
the-
have you ever
the
been
fir-
on Phoenix?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
So yeah, that's kind of like that then.
it
yes.
is, but this
so
isn't helping. I mean, I've been in Phoenix, but that one airtime moment on Cornball Express exceeds Phoenix's airtime.
No
So,
freaking way.
imagine going down Mystic Timbers first drop, but having it steeper.
Oh my god, are you serious?
Yeah, I'm dead serious. That's
Well,
exactly how
cornball is
cornball is.
Wow, that's freaking crazy.
Since it's a buzz bar, you know.
True, I didn't even think of that. Yeah, dude, that's freaking wild, man. I'm
So
definitely
that's-
very excited to finally get there.
Yeah, it does create some interesting forces when there's like no restraint on a coaster.
Yeah, 100.
But like no restraints, you actually mean get the depths.
Hey,
Yeah, because the bus bar is pretty much just like holding onto it. It doesn't really stop you.
Nope,
moving.
but that's why you have those seat belts all the way tight. Safety first.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah, because I mean, like restraints almost kind of like help you feel the air time, because without that, sometimes you're just kind of floating. But like when the restraint actually stops you, then it kind of pulls you more.
Yeah, that's the difference between the forceful and the floating airtime.
Yeah.
Sammy, no, you're just gonna come out here and walk away. You are not coming out here.
Yeah, like with Iron Gwazi, it's just like insane how much airtime it has. Yeah, see my I can't really see it. I'm wearing Iron Gwazi.
Now, I know. We all know the most insane airtime is it's this by definition because you don't have any kind of seatbelt or left foot.
Zach or Dustin, we were talking about cornball backseat.
Damn, I don't even know about it, dude. I don't even know.
Yeah.
About it. I think I am about to buy this Blue Yeti microphone now.
So let's jump topics. Can we talk about Air Force One?
Oh yeah.
Have you guys got down there to ride it?
No.
Nope. But everybody loves it.
Demi did know. Demi hasn't. He said it's amazing. I want to go so badly.
So there's a problem though. It's already running too fast.
Oh yeah,
dude. Yeah, Drew was just telling me he's like they're probably gonna have to put a trim on that quad down. I was like,
I should probably get there before they do that.
Dude,
yeah,
yes,
that sounds like an outlaw run doing winter time when one train runs too fast.
Or Thunderbird when it's launching over.
Yeah.
On overthread, man. Have you guys rode Thunderbird when it's on its overdrive mode?
No,
I didn't even know it had that. But that sounds amazing.
All the floating airtime is drag you into your seat airtime.
That sounds freaking amazing.
You literally hit. So you know how when you typically launch and come over that first loop and then kind of twist back down and you're just floating. Nope, you're being driven into your seat, and you're like, "Holy crap, this is the best thing ever!"
I was about to say, I mean, that's definitely what I would prefer on Thunderbird because it's not even my favorite wing in the country.
What?
X-Flight.
What is this?
I feel like X-Flight.
Okay, I'll get to know, but X-Flight is my second favorite now.
I freaking love X-Flight, dude. It's so good. It's so intense.
I'd rather ride Gatekeeper over X-Flight.
No, why?
Because X-Flight, you got to wait 2 hours because they run one train.
Yeah,
they never staff anybody in the flash pass lane. So you're just walk up and
it's been a walk on, luckily. So.
Oh no,
I only go usually once a year. It's like mid-September.
Yeah, so I think my complaint is just that like those vests are just way too tight.
By the end of the ride, I will say sometimes I can't even breathe.
Yeah.
Right. So like I have to be pretty defensive and like pull it up the whole time, and like it can kind of make it rideable, but like it kind of sucks having to do that.
Yeah, that's why Thunderbird is nice because it's a bit more of a modern vest, so it doesn't hurt you as bad. Meanwhile, I recall riding Wild Eagle back when it was brand new, and man, it got tight.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my opinion, I like Thunderbird, and then I put Wild Eagle, then I put Cedar Point's Wing Coaster.
So you'd put like Wild Eagle over Gatekeeper?
Yes.
I think I'd put Wild Eagle over Gatekeeper too. I don't really think Gatekeeper's that good.
The only reason why I like Gatekeeper is because you go over the gate and you can scream at people.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's also kind of like
First Element's really cool too. After that dive loop, after the first.
Oh no, I do gotta say though, Wild Eagle's first drop is pretty solid now.
Yeah, that's what. Oh wow, dude, I think it's a freaking great first drop, and I rode it in 2019. I thought it was awesome, especially in the back row.
Oh yeah, I mean the only place to ride is in the back row. So
yeah, okay. I mean, I've only been to Dollywood once, so I really liked Wild Eagle. I thought it was good.
So, Dollywood has, my opinion, one of the best family coasters ever.
Like the new one or one of the old
Fire
ones?
Chaser Express?
No, Dragonflyer.
Wildwood Grove or whatever.
Yeah, he
Dragonfly's good. But
Yeah,
Fire
Overbank,
Chaser
too.
though, Fire Chaser Express is actually pretty good.
Yeah, well, I love Fire Chaser Express.
Well,
So
the first drop goes into a under the ground, doesn't it, or something, right?
no, Fire Chaser Express. Oh, Dragonflyer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
yes, but
goes up.
Dragonfly. So to put it into terms, Dragonflyer is like the kids coaster at Kings Island, but 20 times better.
Yeah. And it had Lepla too. No E-bangers on it.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's more of a European model than the ones we get.
Yeah. It is.
So it's only what 50, 60 feet tall.
Yeah.
But once you hit that top part, it literally, even if you're in the front seat, it throws you over the top of that hill and
Damn.
launches you down.
Damn. And they're probably gonna have another one of the best family coasters ever this year.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Opening in
Big
May.
Bear Mountain or whatever.
Opening in May. We cannot wait to get there. We were supposed to go to Dollywood a couple weeks ago, and I pushed it back, and I've pushed it back again, and I'm gonna wait till that thing opens.
Yeah, I was gonna say you might as well just wait. No point in just going
Exactly.
down there.
Fun too.
Well, yeah, it's because we're trying to make it up to your neck of the woods this summer.
It's a great adventure and all that. And what
I
are you
think
gonna do?
we
The
did
boardwalk
August.
parks?
We're probably gonna do Great Adventure and probably hit Hershey Park in the same trip. And
That'll be cool. 100%. When's the last time you guys were at Hershey?
media day for Candemodium.
Oh,
Actually,
wow,
there were
okay.
a
So
lot.
not like
I
super
was in
long,
last
yeah.
year. It's on Man Finding Skybus, so
Yeah,
Dude, Sky Rush is my number one. The Sky Rush
So
is
co-
my
so it
number
was-
second one.
It was during COVID because they were using that spray stuff on the seats, and we had white button-up collared shirts, and the stuff that they were spraying on the seats was eating the paint, and it got all over our shirts.
Are you serious? Oh
Yep.
my god.
Brand new polos completely destroyed because yellow and blue paint got on it from Sky Rush.
Oh,
So Matt, you said that Sky Rush was your number
that's
one.
awful.
Huh?
And those shirts, I'm sure, weren't cheap either.
No, they weren't. Sky Rush is my number. Well, it's not my number one, but Sky Rush is one of my favorite coasters.
Yeah, me
Number
too.
one.
It's in my
Number one.
top
I
50.
had these crazy rides on it in October and said it overtook Fury at that point.
Yeah,
Well,
oh,
see-
okay,
I voted.
yeah.
Hey,
I think it was in June, I think maybe. And I was just marathon in the back row. And if you
Back
ride it
row
enough,
seat, dude, it's the
people will
best
go,
one.
oh, hey, you're back, and they will give you a little bit extra room. And holy cow.
It's just so crazy. bro.
It is.
Oh
Well,
yeah, I love it.
You could make a ride out of just the first drop alone. Just go down the first drop, turn around, go to the station. And it would still be one of the best rides in the friggin' world.
I mean,
Those
heck,
drops so
it
insane.
was still better than Vexer.
unpopular opinion, I-305 is better than Fury.
Oh yeah,
Oh my
I put-
god! I mean, my girlfriend agrees with you, Gabby.
yeah.
There-
I mean, like the
She loves
forces you got
I-305.
is amazing.
Exactly. The forces are so strong.
Yeah. Well, and
It's
also like
fast.
yeah, and also like those fast banks, you get a really good like anti-gravity feel to them because it's kind of like a
Exactly.
twisting spike. So you do get some airtime just from that.
Or you took? Did you say the vest restraints?
Well, no, like for I-305, look those fast banks.
Those
Yeah.
fast. So basically, the very first thing you do is go up the lift hill and come down and immediately bank right.
Mm-hmm.
That
Right,
cr-
well-
the forces are so strong it creates an anti-gravity. on
Oh
it.
well, no. Like I was talking about the Maverick like fast banks.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
like-
talking about like
Yeah.
this crap,
Yeah,
right?
whatever you
Yeah,
call it. I'm not sure if it's called
those are
that.
crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you're going so fast that it kind of like the way that they're angled, like you kind of get some airtime in them.
Oh, yeah, the.
You definitely get
the
the well, dude, you get, like,
the
thrown,
hull
like,
level.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
100%. I honestly thought they were like a little weird and to put it almost make no sense on the coaster, but they're still great. For sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's supposed to like work with the theming of like of a race
So,
car.
so
Yeah, that
okay.
definitely would make more sense.
I'm a fan of number 3. I grew up a racing fan, but yes, you're completely right. The entire coaster is designed to make you feel the G-forces of a race car going around a race course, and I've done it. I've done it at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and yeah, it's pretty much dead on.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like I definitely feel like I-305 benefits the most from the speed of a Giga, where like you actually feel that speed. Because you know, like we all know that Millennium Force is a nice scenic romp around the park, but it's not really what it's called. Like, what do you expect from a Giga Coaster?
Dude, fun fact: I'm about to put out most overrated roller coasters video, and Millennium Force
is on it.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yes.
Like, I don't. Right,
So
I don't think
overrated.
You
it's
mean
special.
Millennium
So-
Force?
The only thing that gets me with
nice
Millennium
scenic route
Force-
around the park. That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
That's it. I mean, the only thing intimidating about Millennium Force is the fact that it has the lake background,
Yeah.
so it looks a lot taller than what it is. But once you make it over that first drop, it's just nothing but, oh, look at that roller coaster. Ooh, look at that roller coaster.
Literally.
Well,
Oh,
and it's
look at
funny
the island.
because it's funny because like that's such awesome seating. Like that seating is just amazing. Like you would
It
think
is.
you'd make such a great ride with it.
Well,
Yeah,
you
the
gotta keep in
the
mind,
stadium seating on it is sick.
Yeah,
you gotta remind how old it is.
Yeah, like the seating, which is like how comfortable the seats are and how minimal.
seats are really comfortable. Yeah.
But you know what's sad though is Magnum is older and has more airtime.
Way more airtime. Magnum's a way better.
Magnum is terrible.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know
Why?
why they didn't.
I
no,
love
I
Magnum.
love Magnum. Like
I'm a
it's
huge
just-
Magnum XL 200
Yes.
fan.
Yeah, I love it.
I love Magnum, but
I just won't ride the wheel.
well, no, I just rather ride Millennium Force. It's the same thing, but Millennium Force is 100 feet taller and a whole lot faster.
Yeah, but nah, that airtime, I'll never forget. Like, there was at one point, like, where I had airtime on those Dorito Hills and I thought I was going to fly out. I was, like,
Oh, yeah.
terrified. Dude, like, it was, like, scary airtime, dude.
Talking about Magnum.
I'm like, any minute, I'm going to be thrown out of this seat because
Yeah,
the
well, it has so
airtime
much
was that
airtime.
violent.
Well, that's so much
We
airtime
have-
because it was built so
Yeah.
long ago
Yeah.
that those transitions are so crazy compared to what we would see these days that they're like
We have-
T-shapes.
And also
have
that all the pipe, all the track was made by hand.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
not prefabricated and all that stuff, and that definitely adds to it. That's why the hills look like those.
Yeah, and like you get that fun tunnel too.
Yeah, dude. The last tunnel is freaking awesome. It's freaking
Yeah.
great.
One of our favorite on-ride photos of Chris is on Magnum.
Oh, that's cool. Was he having
He-
fun?
No, he sat on the wheel and the
Oh,
photo
he like-
is little. He like ah.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, I call riding Magnum doing Coaster Mania, and it was night rides, and the train was loud enough to not have trims on it, so it was amazing.
Dude, no way. Yo, so you've been to Coaster Mania? How was Steel Vengeance? Did you get there? Well,
I did, yeah, but I went to Coaster Mania, but I think it was in 2019. So I had Walk on Maverick, 15-minute wait
Oh.
on Steel Vengeance, and Walk on Magnum.
that's insane. Now, did it feel like? Because I heard they slicked the track for Steel Vengeance.
I don't know, it was amazing.
I just kinda wanna- yeah, I just kinda
15-minute
wanna
wait
say
night
that
ride on
they-
Steel Vengeance was amazing.
Yeah, I just
They
kind of want to
grease
say that
it.
it's funny that even during their ERT, quote unquote, Vengeance still has a line.
Yeah, insane.
They so what they do is they take a guy on the train and he basically leans over the back of the train with grease. They both two guys sit on each seat in the back and they lean over with grease and grease the whole track as they go.
I mean, that would be kind of crazy. I heard they just put the grease on the wheels, but I mean, I guess that's definitely a way to do it too. That'd be a much harder way to do it. I don't even know how the heck you would hold on.
That's just what they do. That's what the ride operator discussed last time.
Oh, really? That's actually how they do it. Wow, that's freaking wild. I figured they would just grease the wheels. I guess
But I
whatever.
mean, maintenance have to have fun somehow, so.
So I guess tying it back into the whole theme of the discussion. So Cedar Point's going to be like mid-May, like May 10th. or
Mid-May.
something.
Yeah.
So, fun fact for anybody who doesn't live near Cedar Point, opening weekend is the best time to go.
Wait, that's when they're gonna open mid-May.
Yeah, they open mid-May.
I mean,
that's
I
usually
know
when
they
they
usually open mid-May, but it always seems so
So
late.
it's always usually around my birthday. That's why I
Yeah,
remember.
it's so far north and it's so cold
Yeah.
up there that like they don't want people freezing to death and stuff.
I mean,
Well,
I'll go
guess
freeze to
what?
death in Cedar Point.
They open mid-May and it's still freezing. You got to wear hats, gloves, and a
Yeah.
coat. Sometimes it snows.
Welcome to the
I mean,
high.
I went last year mid-May. I think it was like May 15th, and it was actually like a really nice fucking day there.
That's my
right.
birthday.
So it can go either way. Like it can be cold, but it can also be like relatively nice in May too.
It's hit or miss for the Midwest. I mean, it was 70 degrees one day. It was 70 degrees Thursday or Friday this week, and today's high was 50.
That's not terrible.
The low the other day was 60. Tonight's low is 20.
Whoa.
Yeah. So that's actually one interesting point you raised that makes going to parks challenging during those transitional times of the year. It happens in Florida too, where it'll
I'm
be
just
like,
checking to make sure I don't have a low of 20 tonight because
Yeah.
your weather was
You're
real
farther
good.
north than us.
I have a little.
Yeah, but New Jersey's weather is kind of like, I know it's usually generally cold in the winter, but not really. I'd almost compare it to like Florida. It's like the Florida north.
yeah. So here's a good topic for the discussion. Like, what do you guys do to plan for those transitional periods of the year where it's like 45 in the morning and like 80 in the afternoon?
So we basically overdress in the mornings, and we get an all-day locker and undress and stuff it in the locker, and then take it to the car at the end of the night. Or
What I do is
or-
I just brave the cold in the morning and then just get home with I go like, oh yeah, it'll be 40 this morning, it'll be 70 this afternoon. Go to the hospital,
yeah.
what's in a jacket.
But if you're at a park that's open till 10, 11 o'clock, you have 40 in the morning, 70 in the afternoon, then 40 at night.
Right.
So you have to then rechange into those layers for the evening
You
time.
wear shorts and brave it. You wear shorts and back a jacket.
All right, so you guys know like the tailgate. So like I'll wear my hoodie and then I'll go to the car, tailgate, put it away.
So like you tailgate for the parks?
Yeah. There's no other way to do it, bro.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, I mean, like, I love
And like that
tailgating.
was kind of our whole
But-
thing, and then we decided to like we didn't even think it would kind of catch on, and then like
Yeah,
now
because
here we
I
are
saw
in the community.
the Hollywood Nights tailgate from 2020.
Wait,
so
what's
were
that?
you like? Were you just
Oh yeah,
drinking, or
the
were you, like,
giant
were you, like,
tailgate we
grilling
had
and
for
stuff?
that. That was
Yeah.
awesome. That was freaking awesome.
So were you guys like grilling and stuff, or just drinking?
We were grilling. Yeah, that was honestly one of the biggest tailgates we've had like to date. I think that's the only one I've ever really grilled at and stuff. And we just kind of decided to throw it out, make an event out of it, and it kind of caught on. Like we made an actual event on Facebook. Yeah, and then
So,
a bunch
like,
of people came.
Are the
Zach
parks
was there.
okay with that? Like drinking in public and like the grilling and stuff?
Yeah. I mean, the only park
Depends on the park.
Yeah, it definitely does. But the only park that really gave us crap for it was Six Flags Magic Mountain in like
Yeah.
2017 when we first went. And this year for the Buzz Bars event, we had a bunch of people out there tailgating before the Super Bowl. Security rolled up and just left us alone.
That's cool. So like, do you guys like put the drinks in cups or something, or do you try to disguise it?
I mean, I like to not have my beer just flinging out in the open, so I always have koozies. But yeah, I'll bring. If I know I'm gonna have a good amount of people, I'll bring cups. And if I start seeing security roll around a little more often, like if I see them pass by a few times, I'll be like, "Yeah, you guys should probably put your stuff in cups."
Yeah, it's funny. It's just like college where you're always trying to hide and.
Well, there's some parts like
it doesn't really get like that though. It's not like we're trying to hide it the whole time, but it's just you definitely got to be watching your surroundings too, because you don't want to get.
Yeah, well, because like technically, like
What's up, Annika?
Yeah, because like technically, like you're like a place is supposed to be like licensed to be able to drink, and you usually don't license your parking lots.
Yeah, exactly. And it's funny. I've only been to a couple places that have actually explained that to us, and they haven't been amusement parks. I like to go to a lot of concerts too, and they've actually been concert venues that don't like you to tailgate, and you're tailgating, and they'll come outside and explain that we don't have a license out here for you to drink, and if the cops roll up, we can get in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that for theme parks, it's not really expected, so they don't really think to tell people that. But like concerts, people drink all the time before they go.
Yeah, exactly. But theme parks have always been really cool about it, man. We had a Dorney Park. We were tailgating. The cop rolled up. I was drinking Miller Lite. He was like, "Man, I'm about to arrest you just for drinking that shit ass beer." That was pretty freaking funny. And he was cool. We ended up going a few more times, and he was always there, and he would come and bullcrap with us a couple times after that. So
So
Yeah, parks
how-
are usually pretty cool about it.
how was it at Holiday World since they were a dry park?
Holiday World never gave us crap for it. And me and Drew, actually, my first time at Holiday World was August 2019, and we tailgated that whole time. And the only thing they gave us crap about was we snuck a couple beers into the park, which I would never do. Which I would never do that. But regardless, we freaking and it was on it. It was the only park we've ever snuck beer into. For whatever reason, we just did it. And
Like
we
a whole
posted
beer
it
can,
on
not just one.
Instagram, and we had security come up to us at Holiday World. They were like, "Are you guys Coasters and Brews or whatever? Is this your Instagram? We saw you sneak beer in the park," and they ended up kicking us out. We were leaving anyway, but that was pretty funny. But no, Holiday World's never given us. They've never cared. And
Yeah,
no,
like you just
Leah,
gotta
the
go to liquor
owner of the
store.
park, I don't think she would care at all anyway.
I mean, it's
so.
like wine, so
What's up?
it's like wine, so
Yeah, so like you just gotta go to the liquor store and get those like shot size, those like 1 or 2 ounce things of liquor, like Fireball or like rum or something, and just like put in your soda. That way you
Yeah,
can
100%. That would definitely be the move there, or a flask or something. And
yeah.
next
That
time
way
I
you
make
can
it back to
drink
Holiday
without,
World,
like,
that'll definitely be the freaking move, the go-to.
It's
I miss
just-
Holiday
especially
World
with like
sometimes.
what's nice about IB is at IB you can go to the park, drink all day. They even have a bar and they have bands that come in.
yeah.
They have
Wait,
the
what
campground,
park?
Indiana
Yeah,
Beach.
Oh,
They even have a
That is fun.
campground right across the street. So you can camp out and party all morning, go to the park, and then go back and party all night.
What? That's
Yeah.
so sick.
Dude,
I'm
it's the
very
best.
excited to get there. By the way.
And the security
really
at
looking forward to it.
the security at the campground is super lax, and you can literally have a fire and play beer pong all night, and nobody gives a shit.
I'm super ready to get back there. Let me grab another beer. My beer's empty. I'll be right back.
You good, Lust?
Yeah, I'm good.
The volume in your mic has gone.
Oh, I might be covering the thing up.
There
Can you hear
we
me?
go. Yes, we can hear you now.
Yeah, I think I was covering it up with my finger.
So, with park openings, we've discussed Kings Island, Indiana Beach, Dollywood, Kentucky Kingdom.
So did Fun Spawn open with Airy, or was it open before?
It opened at Fulton, so the park has been around for a good point now. And then they recently bought the park being used back, and also did first big investment into it.
Mm-hmm. Oh well, I'm talking about the season.
We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So did the park open in March, or did it open a weekend ago?
Fun Spot?
Yeah.
Fun Spot. I think
It's
Fun
open
Spot's
year-round,
open year round.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think the one in Atlanta is. Just the ones in Florida.
Well, Atlanta, I think open year round, but then they opened the viaduct, I think, once you go outside.
Hmm. All right. So it is open in January in Georgia.
I believe so. They have an arcade.
Oh, okay, arcade. Okay, so I guess I got that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there once before, and that park was it was creepy. It was it was so weird there.
Yeah, from what I've seen, it has some really mixed vibes because it's kind of changed quite a bit. But it's kind of really kind of make it a nice place now.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know where people are gonna park now, because even back then you had to park in the grass, and there's no room.
Actually, they're building a new parking lot, so
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, it's nice to have a parking lot,
yes.
because before the park was on the parking lot,
Yeah.
as far as I could tell. So yeah. So if you've been there, if you go in that little the one building where you can buy food from, is that a laser tag center, or do you know what that is?
Well, considering which one?
Hmm?
Which one spot?
Oh, the one in Georgia.
I've been that one, yes. I've seen videos.
All right, what topic we on? What we talking about?
Oh yeah, just that Fun Spot Georgia.
Oh, dude, I very much look forward to finally getting there. Obviously, now that a new coaster's been built.
Yeah, I went there a couple of years ago, and that was just like one of the saddest park experiences I've had.
I've been to Atlanta twice, never felt the need to go.
Yeah, it wasn't a terrible day. It was just that like the park was kind of empty, but it was just kind of like
I mean, they only have the Hurricane, which honestly is a fun ride. I've ridden the one at.
It was just a credit grab. I mean, there was 2 or 3 kiddie coasters there. I just was able to grab them. And
I mean, Hurricane to Kissimmee, that's a good ride though.
Dude, it is really good ride. Also, Fun Spot Kissimmee is a fun ass place. I freaking love that place.
It is, yeah. I'm like,
but it's just kind of weird going to that Georgia park. It's just in the middle of nowhere. It's weird.
I heard it's in literally the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
The middle. It's like 45 minutes from over Georgia too, right? Or
yeah. So
it's kind of far. I think it's on the north side of Atlanta, where that's more like the south side or southwest side.
But
I think over Georgia, something like that.
It's just going to be so weird having a top 10 coaster in that random ass park.
It is crazy. It definitely seems that way. I saw a more realistic review from Airtime Mike. You guys know who that is?
oh yeah.
From El Toro Ryan's page, and
Yes. He loves his beast fence.
yeah, he loves it, but he said it was more like top 3 RMC. I've been seeing way too many. It's the best RMC, and I'm like, you can't pay me to believe this is better than Steel Vengeance, Iron Gwazi, or even Twisted Timbers.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I think the way it is, with movies, they always have the highest review when they first are released, and then they kind of go down some.
Oh, 100%, dude.
Yeah, so
I remember when Icebreaker opened, everybody was like, it's the best roller coaster in Florida. I was like, there's no way.
Yeah, because I mean, I think it's going to taper off some,
For sure.
I mean, it is a nice luxury having a coaster like that in a park where it's always a walk-on. You never have to worry.
Oh my god, I haven't even thought about it that way.
Yeah, because getting 30 laps is just another day in the park thing.
If you're really going to go that route, we got to talk about Storm Chaser, because Storm Chaser is a wonderful RMC.
Oh yeah.
And it is walk-on every day of the week, any time of the week.
So now you guys are honest. Don't decide yet. Last week you guys gave me crap about it. Wow.
Yes, because you're Zach.
Storm Chaser's all the way in the back of the park too, so I mean, it makes sense.
It's amazing. Like it's Walk On City, or I mean, after this, it'll be one train up of a 20-minute wait.
Dude, I have waited for Storm Chaser 20 minutes because it's been a one train operation. So
Yeah.
That is
Yeah,
I think if you give 10 years or so, it's going to be that way for Iron Gwazi middle of the week.
Yeah.
Dude, Iron Gwazi is such a frustrating coaster to ride. She'll be in the station, still wait a freaking hour.
Help him.
Dude, it's so annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to check the trains.
They
have
make
to
it
check the seatbelt first and then check your restraints. One of those. It's frustrating.
Yeah, well, there's just always ejections from it too, where that takes forever.
Dude, yes, that too. And the ops just aren't great either. But
they average 3.5 minutes or so.
Dude, it's insane to count down. It really is. If you're in there and you just watch.
Well, it's bad too because they actually have the clock that shows you. It's so
yeah, they do. Yes, you're right.
They should at least get rid of it.
5, 4,
yeah, just get rid of the clock so at least
2, 1, 0, -1, -2.
Yeah. So they're just showing off how bad they are.
Dude, it's so funny, man.
I mean, I recall going to BlizzCon Tampa pre-Iron Gwazi. It was busy. One train ops on Scorpion, and it had super. Come on, God! If you're running one train and taking it out of real time, come on, guys.
On Scorpion too. Scorpion's a solid one.
It's a good vibe, but come on, guys. You somehow managed to screw up a coaster that was designed for fast stops.
Yo, since we're on the topic of Busch Gardens Tampa, what do you guys think of Montu? Overrated or not?
No, it's good. Now, I mean, some people say I have a hot take for liking Banshee more than Montu.
I like Banshee. agree
Bench
with
is
you. I
better
think
than
Bench is
Montu.
better than Montu as well. I
Yeah.
have Montu way down in my inverts, honestly. I've had
I
great
like you.
rides on it, but not.
Matt, you and I are great friends.
I just don't
now-
understand where the
yeah.
love for it
Yeah,
comes.
now-
like
No,
I haven't had
honestly,
those
It's good,
rides.
but it's not Patriot.
Patriot.
Yeah.
It's definitely better than Patriot, but
I don't know. I mean,
Patriot's good.
Patriot is my number one inverse.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That is some hot
So,
stuff.
Yeah, and it's
You
basically
should
almost
share
like
that
a
on
clone of
Twitter
Talon,
right now. That's crazy.
What about Great Bear?
I hate Great Bear, man.
The reason why I
do
love
not like
Patriot is
Great Bear.
because
It's my
it's
least
so
favorite
floaty.
invert. What's up?
See, I like
So-
Patriot because it's so floaty.
I
To be
mean,
honest-
Talon's way better than Patriot.
I
Yeah,
don't
well,
know, I
like,
mean,
better
aren't
version
they
of
pretty much
Patriot.
clones, more or less?
no.
More or less, but Talon's definitely the better version.
Oh, it just rides
I haven't
Bigger,
really
and I think it has
Yeah.
slightly. It has because I don't think Patriot has that like 90-degree turnaround.
No.
What
Before it goes
about-
back to the station? That really
Yeah, it's
intense
been a
one
while. Yeah,
Talon
like
has?
it's been a while since I've been to either of those parks. Well, I went to Worlds of Fun a couple years ago, and it's been like it's been like for forever for the other one. I mean, I think the Talon was kind of new when I went.
Oh wow, damn! You were there a long time.
Yeah, I
ago,
was like
man.
I was like a teenager then.
So
Yeah, 'cause I rode Talon when it was basically new as well. I think I was like 11 years old.
can I ask you guys about two different inverts?
All right.
Go for it.
Can we talk about the invert at Carowinds?
Oh, I
I
like it.
freaking love
I like
Afterburn.
it.
I think
I
love
Afterburn's
Afterburn.
phenomenal.
What was it?
I think
Afterburn, it's
Afterburn's
one of my
awesome.
favorites.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, I think Afterburn's a top 3 invert. Let's see. I think I
Yeah.
might even have them ranked in my freaking.
I wouldn't
thing.
know.
Yeah, I mean, I
wouldn't.
actually find Afterburn very similar to Montu. At least, like, I feel like if you compare the first half of Montu with like Afterburn's like whole ride, like they're kind of similar in their layout or in their lineup at least.
You know what? You're not wrong, but Afterburn just hits way harder than Montu for whatever. You know what? Really?
Yeah, I agree.
What sucks about Montu, I get it. Even the first half, I still feel like it's really good, but it's just like I don't know if I'm just not feeling that intensity. But then like I just haven't got those second half rides. I don't know.
So,
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess the Montu it gets kind of popular, gets all the among enthusiasts because of all the theming too. Because like they dig it in the ground and they do all that stuff.
So the first time we went to Busch Gardens was with Chris, and he said Montu was the best invert in the world.
Yeah,
He
you
also
will.
said Kumba was good. And then we both
Hey,
blacked out on it.
Kumba is the best thing ever.
No, it's
I was
not.
about to say I love Kumba so much, dude.
See,
He's the
you're
best
outnumbered
coach
here.
ever.
I passed out on
freaking
that.
love Kumba,
She-
dude.
So here's her on Kumba. Ah, yeah,
Because it's so intense, dude.
Really?
Yeah,
That ride
exactly.
is Intensity City. That zero
So-
G
Here's the
roll
thing
is
it's intense,
insane.
but it still
Me-
has airtime now.
Yeah,
wasn't
Meanwhile-
that the first
It's
zero?
crazy.
No,
wasn't
no,
the
I
first zero
passed
G roll,
out.
too?
I
Like
passed
the
out
first-
after the first drop and did not wake up until we were pulling back into the station.
I love, and it's really not that rough, dude. Like they do a really good job at that rolling. I freaking love Kumba.
Yeah, like
Like,
it's not
Kumba's
super.
like, no, it's
got
not.
some
It's but it's
headbanging.
smooth.
Wait, what about the first loop?
People like Kumba is rough. Like Kumba is not rough. Kumba is but is smooth.
Alright,
If you
here
want
we
to
go.
have pain on a B&M, go by Kraken.
So my B&M invert rankings, I have Black Mamba 1, Great Bear, all the way down at 12, which is my last one. I think I've been on more since I made this list, which was in June 2022. But yeah, Great Bear is my least favorite. Right above it, Patriot, Zach. Sorry.
Oh,
Patriots terrible. So
see, here's the thing.
Patriot.
Talon has this fanboy, so I'm a Patriot fanboy.
I rather ride Batman the Clone.
Yeah. See,
Okay,
I,
so
I don't
I think
think
the
I
worst
have.
B&M
Oh, I do have Batman
I
clones
think,
on
I
here.
think the worst
Nice.
B&M invert is probably Goliath at Fiesta Texas.
The
Is
worst
it-
B&M ever. You're thinking that's your least favorite?
Yeah, because like if I remember correctly, it was like it's a Batman the Ride clone. It's kind of like rough and crappy, right?
Yeah, I will say I was just at Fiesta Texas, and I thought I liked that a lot more than I did because that was my second time there, and it was definitely not running great.
Yeah,
I rode it once and I thought it was fine. My biggest complaint about Goliath is about playing Goliath.
Is what?
My biggest complaint about Goliath is playing a Goliath.
Oh, yeah, the
it's
name-
definitely
name's pretty dumb.
strange.
Hey,
Yeah.
Like, there's no
May-
theming
may-
whatsoever.
Come on,
It's just the
Deathly,
name,
come
nothing
on.
else.
Ain't his name.
may I ask a question?
What's up?
Which Goliath? Ha!
My
wanna
favorite
guess.
Goliath is the one at Great America.
Yeah, the
Obviously,
RMC.
the
Agreed.
RMC. But I think right
I would
behind
like-
that, I have the one at Over Georgia.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the other one slaps.
Yeah, it's a good one. And I think
I
that's
haven't
my
been in,
third favorite
I
hyper
haven't
one.
Goliath in a long time.
It's got the famous Sky Helix.
That Helix is sick. If it didn't have the rattle it had, which it definitely still freaking has, because I was just there in October, it would probably be a little higher for me. But it's top 50 for me still. And the only two hypers I like more than it are Mako and Candy.
Hey, Matt. May I ask what's your number one?
Skyrush. Said that earlier.
Number one overall.
Best ride
Yeah, my number one overall is
other than Time
Skyrush.
Traveler.
Time Traveler is a great one. It's in my top 20.
See, I'm a smart guy. I have Velocicoaster at 1, but I have Skyrush at I have Time Traveler at 0.
That doesn't
Time
count.
Traveler at 0?
Yes,
Okay.
guys.
So if I was to do that, Zach, Sky Rush would be 1 and Time Traveler would be 0.
Yo,
Sky
guys,
Rush-
I'm sorry. I got to cut it short. I got to go. I got
No,
a
you're fine.
obligation at
You're a
8
busy
a.m.
man.
Yeah, we're not kinda
This has
long.
been a lot of fun.
When I got done, after I saw the pod we had to.
Yeah, appreciate you having me on. Whenever you guys
Yep.
want to chat again, just let me know.
We're
Yeah,
going to do
sounds
it
good.
once a month, Matt. Matt,
Ah.
once a month. If you want to join us,
Let me
more
know,
than
man.
welcome.
Yeah.
Let me know. All right, guys. Peace. Till next time.
Yeah.
Bye.
Later on.
Later. I'm whipping my hand. Okay.
Surprise.
Well, that was
So-
nice of him to come by.
Sky Rush is one of the best wing coasters in the world.
Oh, yeah. I guess you
Yeah.
could call it a wind coaster. Yeah, I guess that'd be the
It
best.
is a wing coaster.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
So would you
if
call
I
X2
call what I think Magnum is too, because I type of a sit for Cedar Point, and it said that Magnum was a wing coaster.
Magnum?
Yeah, I did.
How is Magnum a wing coaster? It doesn't hang over the track.
Exactly. I don't know why I said that, but it did though.
Oh, no.
For it to be a
I
wing
mean, I had to
coaster,
say something
it
else. I
has
ain't
to
mind
hang
it though.
over. Are you going to chase it down?
I mean, I had that set somewhere, and I gotta find it. It's probably in my laundry. I don't know though, but I gotta find it there. Like, what the heck?
Oh, man. Well, I should probably get some food soon, but do we have any closing remarks or anything we're trying to wrap up?
Yeah, we got King Down opening day next weekend. I will be there.
I will be
Okay.
at Great America. I will be at Great America opening day the following weekend.
So, like, when you guys go to opening day, like, since, I don't really go to those, like, is there anything special that happens? Like, any like, parades or anything for the opening day or anything crazy
No.
that goes on for it?
Soda City had a opening day ceremony that I didn't get to see because I was the young guy waiting out in the rain by the bridge by time traveler.
Okay.
So, opening day has nothing really special. You have your typical opening day ceremonies. They will. So, for example, Six Flags, they'll pretty much have every character out in the park. So, you'll have extra characters out. You'll pretty much be full staff for the day. If everything is ready for open, anything and everything will be open. It's hit or miss if it's busy or not. But otherwise, no.
Yeah.
Nothing special.
Typically, you want to avoid Six Flags at opening day. It could either be St. Louis decent or Great Adventure terrible.
Bingo.
Because
And-
St. Louis had
so-
all the one coaster open, but most of them run one train ops. However, I know opening day, Screaming Eagle went to 2 trains at one point. Batman had 2 trains. The other train that ran 1 train. I do know that Mr. Freeze ran 2 trains apparently on Sunday. Man, wasn't it?
And with Indiana Beach, you have to worry about things not being open in time, not things being ready. Cedar Point, you have to worry about temperature being too cold for things to run. So, and it's definitely hit or miss on the crowd. Sometimes you go on opening days and everything's walk on. Sometimes you go on opening days and everything's super busy. So,
Yeah.
That one, I'm expecting to have a really busy opening weekend because Dave was selling those cheap tickets and so on. But typically, Kings Island is a really safe opening weekend of having all wide open.
to be honest, any Cedar Fair Point, either any Cedar Fair park is like that.
Yeah, Cedar Fair and then Houston Parks are safe bet for opening weekends.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've heard bad things about the Six Flags ones. Oh yeah, like the Great Adventure.
Yeah.
Like nothing was like a lot of stuff wasn't open.
So that is what we like to say, a Six Flags kind of day.
Well, when that'd be a Great America, I have a Six Flags day.
Anytime you go to any Six Flags park, which I hate to say this about Six Flags, I hate to basically say one park affects them all, but it seems like anytime you have trouble in an amusement park, it comes from Six Flags.
Honestly, I said this in my opening day update, but I said that Six Flags is consistently inconsistent.
Well, I mean, Kennywood has like had stuff come up.
No, so has Kings Island, so has Fun Spot, so has a lot of parks, but
Yeah,
I mean,
but,
so hear me out. This comes back to a personal experience. They didn't have the staff to run the Flash Pass, which is something you think that they would make sure they had staff, especially when lines merge.
Yeah.
When you don't have people working that and you think people are just cutting and not so good areas, even in good areas, fights break out because of that. Or you have
makes sense.
a rough crowd, or Kings Island, you have fights break out. I mean, it happens everywhere. I mean, Kennywood, you had the situation last year.
Yeah.
Well, what other Pennsylvania park was it? I'm thinking about it. It's on the tip of my tongue.
Same place.
We talked about it. They have Phoenix, Knoebels. There you go. Knoebels even had problems last year itself with rowdiness.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's become a Debbie Rice bed. I mean, even Sesame had an issue with somebody questioning an employee.
Oh, that sucks. That's not funny.
Yeah, we have all the seasonal parks, I feel like, have a lot more problems with its crowds.
Although Hollywood had actually been pretty good, though, and hadn't had issues.
Well, Holiday World is all Holiday World.
Yeah.
Like, you guys can look up and see, like, YouTube videos of, like, crap breaking out in Disney. So, I mean, it happens everywhere.
Oh, my God. Disney is the best place to watch things go down.
Yeah, and there's one where the video is like has a vicious fight where it sets the Disney music in the background, like the one I Wish Upon the Star, and that they're all fighting.
What is it, like 5 or 6 people fighting? Yeah,
and like they're all just like hitting each other with the strollers and stuff.
And all that is people are mad because strollers are parked reserving spots.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Then I think it was like one of the grandmothers in the wheelchair got up and joined the fight.
But that could be another topic for later about how the industry is getting a little bit.
Well, I think it's just the world's getting out of control.
Well,
or people are getting out of control, at least in general.
I mean, look at okay, I'm on jump topics here, so I'm sorry, but look at the Kia boys. They're going around stealing vehicles, 2 or 3 vehicles a day because they're 16 and younger, because they No, they're only going to get a misdemeanor, which is nothing. And once they turn 18, it's off their record.
Yeah.
You're talking about kids 14 that are stealing 2 or 3 cars a day. If I would have did that, I would have came home and had my butt beaten by my dad. But besides that, roller coasters, amusement parks, we're excited that they're opening in the Midwest. Zach, you're lucky they're open 365 a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm lucky because I will, after next weekend, have been to 3 park opening weekends.
Oh, nice.
Yes. I wish you would come to Great America, but Zach hates us.
But I don't hate you guys. It's that I have to go to the training on Saturday.
Shh. You already know how to hit buttons and check restraints. You're good to go.
Well, Peter, it actually this year, I'm not doing rides, period, only retail.
I was going to say, what are you doing this year if you're not doing retail?
Retail only.
Well, of course. You love to be in the air condition.
It's easy too. I mean, after working outside 5 days a week, you want to be someplace in the AC. I mean, the only reason why I worked there anymore is season pass.
Zach, what do you think I've been doing the last 3 years?
What, like going to parks, you mean?
No, not Lust. The other Zach.
Oh, okay.
He knows I've worked outside Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., if not longer, including Saturdays. I live outdoors.
Oh.
Yeah, but on Food Green, I work. It's from 6 a.m. Typically we get off about 4:30, but one day I did get off at 7 p.m.
Was that the day?
It works Saturday if it cancel a weekday forever.
So, Lust. What's your next park?
Well, I mean, ordinarily I'd be going to something, but I'm just kind of burying myself in work for the next week and a half or so. I don't know. I guess when the time comes, I'll pick something.
I didn't know if that maybe you will get off of work, go to a park, eat dinner, catch 2 rides, and go home.
Oh, yeah. I mean, right. So, like, when I'm not in this season, do I do that? I used to do that a lot more. Like, when I first moved to the area, like, I was going crazy. Like, I was, so I was living in Tampa before I moved to the Orlando area. And I was so crazy that I would drive 2 hours after work just to go to, like, one of those parks, like, you know, Disney or Universal or something, and drive back home. But, you know, now that I've been around it for a while, I don't really, you know, I try to avoid like really like short trips like that, just because, like, you know, it might be like 40-minute drive, 30-minute drive. I don't know. Like, if I'm gonna go all that way, I kind of want to spend a little longer.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, so I'm kind of at the point where I don't really do much after work at the parks unless I'm meeting up with friends or something, which does happen. But I don't really do it by myself a whole lot. Like, I like to have that day that's devoted if I get a chance.
Nearest park, 2 hours.
2 hours, yeah. Like, the closest one to me.
1 hour.
Oh, you got 1 hour. Yeah, I mean,
Hey,
I guess the closest one to me is like a half hour.
Mr. Fuller.
Yeah. But hey there, I drive 1 hour each way to work for Holiday World, so I'm dedicated.
By choice.
Yep.
By choice.
Oh no.
Do you know you could go to Kings Island or Cedar Point and live 5 minutes from the property?
I could, but I don't want to move out there because that is too much hassle. Because guess what? I would still have to pay rent here.
You're supposed to say you're dedicated to Holiday World because you love Holiday World.
Like I said, that park has to me well. I mean, that park actually values employees.
So Holiday World does right, but Holiday World is Holiday World. I'll leave it at that. Even though that's where the first time I met Mr. Zachary Lust.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Yeah.
You were with 2 or 3 other people.
Okay, yeah, I guess those 3 people. Yeah, Brian and Kadu and Phil.
Yep. We happened to ride a few rides together, and we walked all the way to the entrance at the end of the night.
And you might have seen me at Holiday World, but we don't know, honestly. So yeah, this is all you may have seen me there. I used
Yeah.
to be quite a bit.
Yeah, I guess we would have. I guess we probably would have run into each other at some point.
I mean, back in like 2016, basically I was looking at Holiday World, and any day that I wasn't looking at Holiday World, I would probably be the guest.
Except anytime he was working the ride that was broken because he broke it.
Oh
Hey,
no!
I
feel
can't
like-
make fun anymore. I can't look anymore. So
Did you hit it with the hammer the wrong way?
No, he just likes to change directions at the wrong time and break the whole ride at once and break the motor.
that's a lie.
Okay, so who broke Crow's Nest?
Was not me.
Because 100 people said it's you.
Hey, it couldn't have been me when I didn't work it last year. 4 years for that.
It was 3 years ago, bro.
Years ago. So
Well,
it wasn't me.
3 years ago, and it was you because you were working it that year.
Wait, guys, I think I'm gonna hunt for some food. I'm gonna sign off. But yeah, it was
Alright.
So I know. Yep.
fun chatting.
We'll see you next time.
So, yeah.
Enjoy your parks.
Okay. Keep it real.
So back to park openings really quick. You'll be at Kings Island next weekend. I'll be at Great America the following weekend. I'll also be going to Dollywood here in the near future for the new coaster opening up. I will be at Michigan's Adventure. We will have a few other parks coming up. We will be at Pennsylvania. We'll be in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
We'll be back at Worlds of Fun.
Yep. Being a little fun, we should get together maybe on Sunday for lunch before heading home for some barbecue. I
That
know
is
you and
fine.
Annika need to try out some KC barbecue.
So, quick question, Mr. Zach.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to with Kings Island opening next week?
I am looking forward to getting back on my guilty pleasure front wheel on the Ryan.
Well, do you think the new area will be open?
I think so because this is Kings Island.
Cedar Fair, you mean?
Yeah, see the fair, but I mean, World of Fun is delaying, having a little bit of delay with obviously didn't have, they could have already know. But Kings Island is known for having been ready to go on opening day.
Well, Kings Island, the only thing they're doing is reamping a roller coaster that's already there and putting in some flat rides. That's nothing
Yeah.
special.
But I mean, even
you
years past though, Kings Island has had new coasters ready for opening weekend.
Well, yeah, because it's Cedar Fair.
Yeah. But see the fair though, they didn't have, Zynga ready for this weekend. So
But
it's in the park.
Zynga had a lot more to do. You
Yes.
had a lot more lane clearing. You had
Oh yeah.
a really terrible winter. You've had bad storms and a lot of rain all spring.
That, and
I
you also
expect-
have the first of its kind modern coaster with a circular lift hill using drive tires.
But isn't the Lift Hill Titan track?
It is on track, but it's still new though,
So
because the only other coaster manufactured recently to use that kind of lift hill is Impilla.
sorry.
That is a real life reenactment of a hollow dog.
Sorry, you guys. The Beagles are alert. Oh shit! Sorry. Hold on. Riley. Anyways, but I agree with you. I think it's going to be a really great coaster when it opens up. I can't wait to get there in May.
And can't forget though, but Prowler also got some upgrades, and the train actually went to GCI to be completely rebuilt, and the lap bars got upgraded, and so they're now lighter, and they won't come down during the ride. So you're not having a hand up and not get table at all. So I'm excited to get back on the best GCI ever Prowler here really soon.
My only problem with Prowler was that it shook the crap out of you.
I know the bottom of the first drop got retracked this all season. But I mean, I didn't find it be. I mean, I followed running figure last year, and I like my GCIs that have a small amount of bite. Because Mystic is good, but Mystic is almost too smooth.
The best thing about Mystic is all its bunny hop hill
Yeah.
timers. That's it. So, but back to topic. We have a lot of opening weekends coming up in the Midwest, so expect a lot of videos coming soon. You'll
Yes.
expect a lot of mini-series involving food, how to do things cheap if you're trying to budget, things like that.
Oh yeah, and also look out for some Indiana Beach videos here too. As maybe we saw things happening. I know Ride have been testing, so
Yes, rides have been testing. The park is alive. We are super excited for May. Not only for racing, but we're excited for coasters.
oh yeah, coasters and other fill rides.
But until next time,
I'm Zach,
and I'm Jacob.
and we will see you guys at the parks.